In this video, we will talk about 10 most isolated tribes, uncontacted peoples around the world. The world is vast, and despite modern advancements, there remain tribes who live in isolation, untouched by globalization. These uncontacted tribes often live in remote areas, maintaining their traditional ways of life without significant interaction with the outside world. Their existence raises ethical, cultural, and environmental questions about preservation and respect for their autonomy. This exploration into the 10 most isolated tribes highlights the diversity of human existence and the delicate balance between progress and preservation. 1. The Sentinelese, Andaman Islands, India. The Sentinelese are one of the most isolated tribes in the world, living on North Sentinel Island in the Andaman Sea. They have remained untouched by modern civilization, resisting contact with outsiders for centuries. This isolation has helped them preserve their traditional way of life, which is believed to be that of hunter-gatherers, relying on the island's natural resources for survival. The Indian government has taken strict measures to protect the Sentinelese by making it illegal to approach their island. This regulation is meant to shield the tribe from potential dangers, such as diseases to which they have no immunity and unwanted interference in their culture. The Sentinese's hostility towards outsiders, often marked by aggressive defense tactics, is seen as a way to protect their community and ensure their survival. Their resistance to contact and the protection efforts surrounding them have made the Sentinelese a symbol of the importance of respecting the autonomy of uncontacted tribes. Their story highlights the delicate balance between preserving indigenous cultures and protecting their rights to remain undisturbed by the outside world. 2. The Yanomami, Brazil and Venezuela. The Yanomami, one of the largest isolated tribes, inhabit the dense Amazon rainforest along the border between Brazil and Venezuela. Though some subgroups have had limited contact with the outside world, others remain isolated. They live in communal dwellings known as chabonos and sustain themselves through hunting, fishing, and agriculture. The Yanomami face threats from illegal mining and deforestation, which have led to diseases and displacement. 3. The Korowai, Papua, Indonesia. The Korowai people of Papua, Indonesia, live in treehouses high above the forest floor, a practice that has fascinated many. Until the late 20th century, they were unaware of the outside world. The Korowai are known for their traditional lifestyle, including hunting and gathering. Though some members have had contact with outsiders, others remain isolated. The tribe faces the challenge of preserving its culture amid increasing exposure to modernity. 4. The 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐿, Peru. The 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐿, an uncontacted tribe in the Amazon rainforest of Peru, are part of the larger Panoan linguistic group. They live nomadic lives, moving through the dense jungle and avoiding contact with outsiders. The Peruvian government has created protected areas to safeguard their territory. However, illegal logging and encroachment continue to threaten their way of life. The 𝐒𝐿𝐴𝐿's isolation is a choice, and attempts to contact them have often been met with hostility. 5. The 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐿, Brazil. The 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐿, a small and endangered tribe in the Brazilian Amazon, have been described as one of the most threatened tribes in the world. They are nomadic hunter-gatherers, moving through the forest and living in temporary shelters. The 𝐒𝐿𝐿 have faced severe threats from illegal logging and land encroachment, which have destroyed much of their territory. Efforts by NGOs and the Brazilian government have been made to protect the 𝐒𝐿𝐿, but their future remains uncertain. 6. The Batak, Philippines. The Batak people of the Philippines are one of the oldest and most isolated indigenous groups in the country. They live in the forests of Palawan and are known for their traditional way of life, which includes hunting, gathering, and slash-and-burn agriculture. The Batak have experienced contact with the outside world, but many remain isolated, preferring to maintain their traditional lifestyle. The tribe faces pressures from land development and logging, which threaten their environment and culture. 7. The Pintupi-9, Australia. The Pintupi-9 were a group of Aboriginal Australians who lived in isolation in the Great Sandy Desert until 1984, when they made contact with the outside world. They had been living a traditional nomadic lifestyle, unaware of the changes in the world around them. After contact, they integrated with their relatives in settlements, but their story highlights the existence of isolated groups in Australia until relatively recent times. 8. The Jarowaha, Andaman Islands, India. Like the Sentinelese, the Jarowaha live in the Andaman Islands, specifically on South and Middle Andaman Islands. They have had limited contact with the outside world, and their population is small, numbering around 400 individuals. The Indian government has implemented strict regulations to protect the Jarowaha, but their isolation has been compromised by tourism and illegal poaching. The tribe continues to rely on hunting and gathering, maintaining much of their traditional way of life. 9. The 𝐊𝐿𝐒, Brazil. The 𝐊𝐿𝐒 are a small, uncontacted tribe living in the Amazon rainforest of Brazil. They are known for their nomadic lifestyle, moving frequently to avoid contact with outsiders. The 𝐊𝐿𝐒 are one of the most vulnerable tribes, as their population is believed to be very small, and they face threats from illegal logging and land clearing. The Brazilian government has designated their territory as protected, but enforcement remains a challenge. 10. The 𝐇𝐎𝐿, Mongolia. The 𝐇𝐎𝐿, also known as the Duka, are a nomadic reindeer herding tribe in northern Mongolia. While they have had some contact with the outside world, they remain largely isolated due to their remote location. The 𝐇𝐎𝐿's way of life revolves around their reindeer, which they use for transportation, milk, and clothing. The tribe faces challenges from climate change, which affects their environment and reindeer herds, as well as from increasing tourism. Challenges facing isolated tribes. Isolated tribes face numerous challenges, including encroachment on their lands, deforestation, disease, and cultural erosion. As the modern world expands, these tribes are often pushed to the brink of survival. Efforts to protect their territories and respect their autonomy are crucial, but the balance between preservation and progress is delicate. The ethics of contact. The question of whether or not to contact isolated tribes is a complex ethical issue. On one hand, contact could provide them with resources and protection. On the other hand, it could lead to the loss of their culture, exposure to diseases, and unwanted interference in their way of life. Many governments and organizations advocate for leaving these tribes alone unless they choose to initiate contact. The existence of isolated tribes reminds us of the incredible diversity of human cultures and the different ways people have adapted to their environments. These tribes are living connections to our shared past, and their preservation is important not just for them, but for the world as a whole. As we continue to advance, it is vital to respect and protect these unique cultures, allowing them to thrive in their own way. The story of these isolated tribes is a testament to human resilience and the enduring power of tradition in an ever-changing world. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.